Okay, welcome back to Utah's Gentleman Farmer. I'm Randy Vaudry. I'm the host of this YouTube channel. I've already introduced my daughter Mackenzie as the crazy chicken lady, bird lady, whatever. But today I'm reintroducing her as she's now become the crazy goat lady. As you can hear in the background, she still has chickens, but she just acquired some goats. She's also gone blonde on us. But anyway, to begin with, we just want to introduce her 3 goats and kind of chat about each one of them. So what's her name?
So this is
Lily?
Lily.
And Lily, as you can tell, is
Very pregnant.
very, very pregnant. As Andrew put it, she had a sleepover.
She had a slumber party.
with a buck. And she's about ready to go, isn't she?
Yep.
Probably in a week or 2, and today's Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. That's Lily. And then this other one is Daisy. She's the only one with horns. She's kind of a troublemaker.
Yep.
And the small one is actually a dog. And if things work out, we might actually get a shot of her giving birth. She may have it in the middle of the night, which is common. That's the rooster who thinks he's a goat. He hangs out with the goats all the time.
He sleeps in the goat pen.
Does he really?
He sleeps in their little house with them. Usually sitting on top of one of them.
That's crazy.
This is a boy. I do. I'm a wolf. I'm a wolf. I'm a wolf. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Does that feel good? He likes his eyes being rubbed.
He loves it.
Yeah. I love Red. Yeah. There's your sweetie. There's your. He seems a little more calm.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Can I get my jacket back from you?
She's a lot happier now. So you have to wipe off the udders first, right?
Yeah. They're dirty.
Wow, she is kind of full there, isn't she?
Yep. Very full. She feels like a water balloon.
So what are you feeding her?
Green.
Grain? So you're not doing a lot of movement there, are you?
She's so full. When she's this full, I just barely have to pinch.
Yep. Wow, you aren't having to do a whole lot.
Nope. So, Lily is a great mother. She's very maternal. Always takes care of her kids. She has really good udder attachments, so her udder isn't like really low drooping or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
She has a nice even udder. She's everything you want in a dairy goat, except for the tiny teats. You can see how small her teats are. Like, just barely pinch 2 fingers. If she had bigger teats, she would be the perfect milking goat. But unfortunately, she has very small. She has very small teats, which actually makes it harder to milk her.
Yeah. So, but she's still. You've only been milking her for how long?
A week.
A week.
Yeah, so she's still learning. We probably haven't even done halfway.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still pretty
She's
full.
still super full.
Well, this is a learning process for the goat, but for you too.
Yeah.
Will you just kind of explain this is your first milk?
Lily's what's called a first freshener, which means it's her first time having kids, her first time
Being milk.
being milked.
So everything's new.
Yep, everything is new. And it's our first too. It's our first dairy goat, our first. So it's a learning curve.
That's a little goat who likes to hop around.
This is Rosie.
This is Rosie.
Yeah.
How come I keep confusing
She
them?
should be pregnant.
So she's on her way to some other ones. She just headbutted her aunt. Okay, let's go for the cute factor here. And that definitely is a cute little goat.
Cute little baby
Cute.
goats.
Now they're only what? 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. It's amazing how big they are for 3 weeks.
3 weeks old.
Which one's this?
This is the girl.
And her name?
We've been calling her Ivy.
Ivy?
Yeah.
Sticking with the plant.
The plant theme. So you gotta filter it so you don't get goat hair in the milk.
Okay. That's probably a good idea.
Yep.
So, here, just a second. Okay, so, how much did you get?
Probably about
Here,
a cup and a half.
About a cup and a half?
Mm-hmm.
And you weren't even, I mean,
Weren't even
that
halfway.
udder was still really full.
Yeah.
So there's a filter in that funnel, right?
Yeah.
And that gets all the stuff out.
There's always like hay and
Some
hair that ends up in it. Gotta filter out.
So far you've got about a quart. And that's from milking only what?
A few days.
3 or 4 days?
Mm-hmm.
We also, there's a cup, not in that jar too, that we made the grapes out of.
Yeah, we made crepes out of them a little
Oh, really?
bit ago. I'm gonna have to filter
That's
this
some
again.
floaties on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have to what?
I am gonna have to filter this again
Refilter.
because you can see sometimes right there the filter bent.
You probably can't get those at IFA or Cal Ranch, can you?
Yeah, I have to get them off of Amazon because Cow Ranch doesn't have the smaller filters. Geese.
Geese. And here are the geese. That looks like it's pretty thick and rich.
It is. It's delicious.
You should taste some.
Okay. Yeah, I've never had goat's milk. You guys plan on
Stop there.
making all sorts of stuff?
Like cheese and ice cream. And
Goat ice cream, huh?
Yep. And
Yeah, when you tasted
butter.
Tastes just like cow whole milk, just a tiny bit sweeter.
Oh, really? Oh, that'd be pleasant, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so for ice cream, I think it'd be perfect. So you can see the second time filtering, we still got a bunch of crap.
Oh, yeah. So, I have never had goat's milk before. This will be really interesting. I'm sure it'll be a little warmer than, because some of it was fresh, but most of it was
It was
cold.
in the fridge,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Here goes. You're right.
Just tastes like sweet cow's milk.
It just tastes like cow's milk. That's good stuff.
Yeah, pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't know why everyone's wigging about it.
Yeah, that was dandy. That was good stuff. Could make some ice cream out of that. Or... Hey, little guy. joust between baby and ants. You see your shirt that I bought you for Christmas.
I'm gonna go buy some whole cow milk from the store, and then I'm gonna pasteurize some.
We had this fun video, especially watching the kids run around. You guys are first time goat owners. What are some of the things that you learned from this experience? If you were talking to other people who were thinking about getting goats, what would you say? Don't do this, do this. So were you a little surprised at how destructive they are?
No, I had watched lots of YouTube videos, read lots of books, and they all said that they're very destructive, so I was kind of expecting them to be destructive, so I wasn't super surprised when the yard got trashed by them.
Yeah, well, and you have to remember that goats are browsers, which means they don't eat grass unless they're forced to. They want to eat the leaves and twigs off of shrubs and trees if they can reach them.
Mm-hmm.
So
they ate our peach tree.
They ate your peach tree.
Yeah, they ate our peach tree. They ate all of the Virginia creeper that was on the back wall. They ate all of that.
And they're very good at that. I've been watching some videos lately with these people. They rent out their goats to clear land. And they're very good at it. They go in and they'll just decimate. They'll decimate acres and acres. And it's mainly brush and shrubs and things like that. So, in fact, I want you to bring your goats down to our cabin one of these days, because I saw another video that for some reason they really like what we consider to be weeds. They will even eat crazy stuff like
sagebrush,
thistles. You know, if they're eating them young enough, they don't mind the little spines and stuff. So they can be a really useful, but you have to understand that in your backyard, if you have a finely manicured yard, it's going to be finely trashed in a very short time. I've also seen some people complain online, we just bought these goats and we can't keep them in. You cannot use just standard wiring. What did you guys have to use?
We built our fence out of pallets, but then we also had to put chicken wire on the outside of it because they would squeeze through the in-between of the pallets.
The kids did? Really? They could squeeze that?
They could squeeze in between the pallets. We had to put, wire. In fact, the standard kind of 4 feet of a pallet actually wasn't high enough because they could jump over.
It's amazing they can jump that high.
We had to add another foot to make it a 5-foot fence. Otherwise, they could jump over it. So they'll jump over it. They'll squeeze through it. If it's something that they can figure out how to undo the latch of, they will.
They're little escape artists.
Yeah, like if they can get out, they will.
I mean, part of the allure of a goat is it's playful, it's mischievous, but there are problems that come with that. I also noticed, I think you mentioned that there was a bit of footage that there was orange peelings on your lawn. Well, they got into your compost pit. And who would have thought that a goat would want to get into a compost pit? You know, the old cartoons that always showed goats eating tin cans. That's not too embellished. They will try to eat anything they can get in their mouth. So you have to be careful because they'll try to eat something that really they shouldn't be eating.
Our goats I freaked out because one of them got a hold of duct tape. She was peeling duct tape off of something and eating it. Luckily it passed without a problem, but that had me worried for a minute. She's peeling this duct tape off and eating it.
Yeah.
And they'll eat chunks of wood. They'll eat
Yeah, I saw them.
paper.
Yeah, I saw them trying to eat a paper bag they had pulled out of your compost.
Out of my compost pile.
So-
They'll pull cardboard out of the compost pile and try to eat it.
So, you know, you have to contain them. But if you learn the lessons and figure all that stuff out, it can be wonderful, either pets. I mean, you don't have to breed them. You don't have to milk them if you don't want to. They can be really good pets because they're playful, they're fun to be around, but you just have to be prepared for that. So thanks for letting me video your goats. It was a lot of fun seeing the kids jump around and do crazy stuff. What were some of the fun things you enjoyed about the goats?
They're cute.
Yeah, they are.
They're cute.
definitely-
They're so cute. And they, like you kind of mentioned, they're really good pets. You know, they're friendly. They can learn, you know, if you can socialize them, they can be friendly. You can pet them. You can train them to do things. They're not as versatile as a dog per se, but you can still train them. If you do decide to breed them, you know, like for milk, the milk is way good. I love goat milk.
And we found during COVID, we found during COVID that you couldn't always get milk or just some basic things. So I know a lot of people have all of a sudden decided they wanted goats. They were small enough. You know, if you got a full-size cow, you're going to be getting 4 or 5 gallons of milk a day. Who can drink that much milk?
Go on.
Yeah, they're really nice. They don't take up as much space as a cow. You have to have a lot of space to have a cow. You don't have to have a lot of space to have a goat. And the average family will get plenty of milk from 1 or 2
One
goats.
goat. Yeah.
Our goat does.
Here, just a second. Go on. Get out of here. Go on.
Yeah, so our one goat was doing 1.5 quarts a day. We actually, and we were milking her twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, to get the most milk out of her that we could. But then we just weren't using that much milk, so we went down to only once a day. But she's still doing 1 quart with once a day, and it's still more milk than we typically go through. So we've had to start, you know, like I've tried my hand at making yogurt. I want to get into cheese making because we're still getting more milk than we can drink.
And that's just from one.
And that's just one Nigerian dwarf.
So those aren't big producers either. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you get like a Nubian, which Nubians are a dairy breed which produce a lot of milk. I mean, I've heard of Nubians producing 1 gallon a day.
Wow, that's a lot of milk.
And that's a lot of milk. You have to have a big family.
Yeah.
Or you have to make a lot of cheese to use 1 gallon of milk a
And you
day.
can eat, like you said, you can even make soap out of it.
Yeah, yeah. Goat milk soap is really good for your skin. So
I bet. Okay, so thanks again, Mackenzie and Andrew, for letting me video and enjoy your goats. So thanks for coming back. Subscribe, hit the bell, stay well physically, emotionally, and mentally.